The air aboard the battle-scarred Hyperion cracked with a presence that had not been felt in 10 millennia. Captain Matt Horner's command console flickered and died, and the very metal of the ship groaned as if bearing a new, impossible weight. In the center of the bridge, where nothing had been a moment before, stood a figure encased in ornate, golden armor, a psychic aura so potent it smothered the air, making every breath a struggle. His face was stern, ancient, and radiating a pressure that pinned the crew to their stations. This was no ghost, no Protoss trick, this was a god, and he was displeased. The universe of Starcraft had just been irrevocably shattered. The being known as the God Emperor of Mankind cast his perception across the vessel, his mind, accustomed to guiding a galactic empire, processing this new, limited reality in a nanosecond. He saw the humans, frail, technologically stunted, besieged by Xenos and worse. He felt the psionic signature of the so-called ghosts, a crude and unstable echo of his own psychic might. This was not the Imperium he had built. This was a fragmented, dying remnant of humanity, lost without his light. A cold, resolute purpose solidified within him. The Great Crusade would begin anew, here, in this godless and war-torn sector. On the surface of Char below, Sarah Kerrigan, the Queen of Blades, recoiled as a psychic shockwave of pure, undiluted authority slammed into her consciousness. It was not the cunning whisper of Amon or the collective hive mind of his Zerg. This was a blazing sun of order and human dominance, a force that sought not to corrupt or consume, but to dominate and purge. Her millions of Zerg children shrieked in unison, their instincts screaming of an apex predator they had never before encountered. For the first time since her transformation, Kerrigan felt not like the hunter, but the prey. Simultaneously, within the crystalline depths of a Protoss carrier, Executor Selendis received frantic psionic reports from her Templars. They spoke of a human signature so vast it dwarfed a colorless universe, a golden light that burned the warp itself into submission. The wisdom of the Conclave, the prophecies of the Zelnuggle, nothing had spoken of this. Was this another trick of the Dark Voice? Or something else entirely? The delicate balance of power in the Koprulu Sector, a balance maintained through endless war between three races, was now tilting toward a terrifying and unknown future. Back on the Hyperion, Jim Raynor, his hand instinctively resting on his sidearm, faced the golden giant. "Who in the hell are you?" he demanded, his voice strained against the psychic pressure. The Emperor turned his gaze upon him, and Raynor felt his very soul being laid bare, every flaw, every failure, every hope assessed and judged in an instant. A voice, not heard but felt, echoed directly in his mind, "I am your salvation, and your reckoning. You lead these scattered embers of humanity. You will now serve as the tip of my spear." The conversation was over. The Emperor's first action was not a speech, but a miracle. He stretched out his will across the void. A Terran battle cruiser, critically damaged and moments from being overrun by the Zerg Swarm, was suddenly enveloped in a golden aura. Its hull repairs instantly, its weapons systems overcharged to impossible levels, and the Zerg surrounding it were immolated in waves of psychic fire. Across the fleet, every soldier, from the lowliest marine to the most jaded mercenary, felt a surge of unwavering courage and fanatical purpose. They now fought for a living god. Yet, the Emperor's methods were absolute. When the group of Dominion loyalists on a nearby planet refused to bow to this new, unknown authority, the response was swift and merciless. A pinpoint psychic lance, fired from the orbit of the Hyperion, scoured the entire command bunker from existence, leaving only a glassy crater. There was no negotiation, no diplomacy for those who opposed his vision. The message was clear: serve the new Imperium and be protected, or resist and be annihilated. The Emperor would tolerate no dissent in his new Great Crusade. Kerrigan, understanding the existential threat, marshaled her entire swarm. Billions of Zerg, from screeching Zerglings to behemoth ultralisks, converged on the Hyperion's location in a living, chitinous tide. It was a force that had consumed worlds and broken Protoss fleets. The Emperor merely stepped onto the surface of a barren moon, his golden armor a beacon against the black sky. As the swarm descended, he unleashed a fraction of his true power, a psychic storm that made a Protoss Archon's wrath look like a spark. The Zerg biosignatures vanished by the millions, their very essence unmade. Witnessing this display of raw power, the Protoss fleet under Selendis arrived, their ships glowing with righteous fury. They saw this new human god as an anathema to the natural order, a chaotic variable that threatened all of creation. Their golden motherships opened fire, lances of energy capable of cracking planets. The Emperor raised his hand, and a shimmering psychic barrier, large enough to shield a continent, deflected the blasts. His voice then boomed across their neural link, "You are an ancient and proud race, but you stand in the way of human destiny. You will be spared only if you submit." The story of the Koprulu Sector was forever changed. The Terran Dominion was fracturing, some rallying to Raynor as the prophet of a god, others clinging to Mengsk's fading shadow. The Zerg Swarm was in disarray, its queen desperately seeking a new strategy against an enemy that could not be overwhelmed. The Protoss, for the first time in their history, faced a power that dwarfed their own. And at the center of it all stood the God Emperor, his gaze already turning toward the deeper darkness of the void, and the fallen Zelnaga, Amon. His final war was not over, it had simply found a new battlefield.